Hello, everybody, and welcome to our What is Coach Open House. I'm so excited that you have come to join us on this day one and the very first video. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can just give you some ideas and some things to look at as we go through this. So what this is just a welcome and just to kind of let you hear my story and why I am a Beachbody coach. So let me share my screen and get this going. Hopefully this is going to work. Hope y'all are seeing all this. All right, awesome. So again, just welcome. And this is Team I on it. That's the team that I have started. And I call it that because it comes from eye on it, keeping our eye on the prize, which is a twofold thing to me. It means keeping my eye on the prize of where I want my body to be and how I want to feel, even when the times get hard. But then more importantly, keeping my eye on the prize of using the gifts and the talents that God has given me to glorify Him. Because I have found through my journey now that if I am tired and I am exhausted, that I really and truly cannot live and glorify Him in everything that I do. So I have to take care of myself. So I have to keep my eye on both of those prizes. That's where the team eye on it comes from. So that kind of leads me into my story. This is my husband and I over here on the left side after we've done a pretty hard workout. And that was just a fun picture that I wanted to put in there because this journey started with both of us. In December of 2015, I had two friends, one of which I had been watching for quite some time on social media, invite us to join this fun and awesome group. But they really didn't tell us anything about it, other than it was going to be fun and awesome, and we should totally do it with them. And it's going to be couples, and everybody's going to be doing it, and it's just going to be really awesome. So Ron and I, we knew that we were looking for something that we needed to do because I was a runner at the time. I was running about 9 miles every week, but I was still gaining weight and I was still exhausted. I was, I was eating the wrong things, and I knew that I thought I was eating healthy, as we all do, but really in the back of my head, I knew I was eating too many carbs. And then my husband we both had turned 40. We were 41. No, he was 40. We had just turned 40 that year. And our bodies all of a sudden started changing, as if you will find out if you're not 40 yet, it happens. And our metabolisms had started to slow down. So no matter what exercise we were doing, we were still gaining weight. So we knew we needed to try something, and we were both like, well, why not? So we jumped into this and decided to go for it without really knowing a whole lot about the program that we were jumping into. I did know it included the shake. I wasn't really excited about that because I don't really like shakes. But I knew it was exercise, and I knew the exercise was no problem. As I said, I had been running 9 miles every week. I thought, this was going to be no big deal. My husband, on the other hand, had been kind of doing some working out, and he had started running too. So we were kind of like, okay, we can handle this. So on week one, we started on January 3rd, 2016. I was a little bit overwhelmed with all the information because of the eating program. I didn't realize that it had this eating program that went along with it. I didn't understand that the Shakeology and the eating program went hand in hand. So that was a little overwhelming for me. But about 3 weeks into it, I got it. I began to understand it. And I began to see and feel how much better I was. Both Ron and I did. So we did Hammer and Chisel, which was a 60-day program. At the end of that 60 days, that was when I became a coach. We both knew, yes, this was working. This was awesome. We both loved how we felt. We did not want to stop drinking Shakeology because we knew how much better we were. We had ran out in the middle of the program like, we're never going to do that again. So we knew I wanted to be a coach to get the discount. So that's originally what I signed up for, was just to be a discount coach so that Ron and I could continue to get our Shakeology at a cheaper rate. And we continued on. We finished the program Hammer and Chisel, and then we started Insanity Max 30 in March. And so that program is what really changed me. But because I was a discount coach, I still had the accountability of being in another group along with other coaches. So you can tell in January of 2016, that was the picture of what I started with. And by April of 2016, that was at the end of Insanity Max 30. that is what I looked like. My body had completely changed. I was feeling totally different. And somewhere along in there, I saw one of my upline, my diamond coach, Meredith Kelly, post on one of her pages something about the income that she was getting from being a Beachbody coach. And that kind of intrigued me. I, at the time, hated my job. I was looking for a way out. I was away from my family entirely too much, and I knew that, and I hated it. You know, it breaks your heart when your kids say, Mom, you're gone again. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. But I didn't know what to do. I knew I needed income, but then I saw Meredith's post. It intrigued me, and I began to learn more about the business. And I would say at the end, truly at the end of March, was when I really started working the coach business. That's how I got started. And I knew I needed to get going, because everybody tells you it takes 2 years to get your business going if that's what you're wanting to do, is grow it. And so I knew I needed to start, and I did. So for the month of April, and so end of March, and then all of April and all of May, I was running my business and doing everything while working full time. And so it is doable. You just do it when you get home, once the kids are put to bed. That's always what I did. 9 o'clock, boom, I started working the business. So it is doable. So by today, this was last month. That's where I've ended up because of all of the accountability that I have had. And I can say, honestly, coaching, it helps me with my income. I mean, I'm not where I want to be, but it does supplement it some. It also keeps me accountable. It has given me a platform that I never knew that I could have on social media, of sharing my experiences, but also being able to share my faith more openly. It's just given me all kinds of open, just things that I never knew that I possibly could do. It encourages my growth as a person. Part of being a Beachbody coach, you are encouraged to have personal development every day and do something every day, read a book, listen to a podcast, something. And so that encourages me. And I have read several books I never would have read because of being a Beachbody coach. And it also has encouraged me to stay in my Bible studies, that's also personal development. And so it also uses my gift of helps that I have been given by God in a totally way that I never thought would possible. I love to help people, and this really truly allows me to help people in a totally different way. Because as I said at the beginning of this video, I truly feel that if you are not feeling right physically, then that plays into your spiritual, and you can't do what God has called you to do. And it also has helped me grow in my health knowledge. I have learned about Shakeology. I've learned about carbs. I've learned about how eating right and feeding your body the right things really does help you. Thus, because of all that, it's helped me get rid of some of my my IBS issues. I do not have them, like, very rarely, and that's only when I'm very stressed out, because it just happens. But very rarely do I have flare-ups in that. And so those are just some of the things that being a Beachbody coach has offered me. So that's my little story and a little bit about me and my background, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Laters. If I can stop this. Yay, there it goes.